Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, or the Theme Park Evangelist. I finally have another day to myself, and this is unfortunate for all of you, but not for me. I know you guys would probably expect me to say this is unfortunate for me, but actually, this is more unfortunate for you guys. And the only reason why it would be unfortunate for me is because I do kind of enjoy being able to YouTube all the time without anything to worry about, like any distractions. But I'm not really that upset about it just because I've had literally 2 weeks to YouTube. I have done more YouTubing in 2 weeks than I've done like ever. Well, I shouldn't say ever. I'm sorry, that didn't sound right, but I literally have done more YouTubing the past 2 weeks than I've been able to do since I started working in retail. So I guess that says a lot right there. And, I've really enjoyed YouTubing the past 2 weeks. I would not say I've enjoyed the past 2 weeks otherwise. I've played more Super Nintendo than I ever intended to. I put on more weight than I intended to. I definitely spent more time around the house than I intended to. I could go on, but you get the point. And I actually racked up more credit card debt in the past 2 weeks than I did during Christmas time, if that says anything. When you have, like, no way to leave your house, to be honest. Like, I really didn't have a way to leave the house. I mean, I did have a car, but I really wasn't supposed to leave. And then, of course, I had that 1 week where I didn't make a lot of money, and all that money literally went towards my car insurance and the car payment, and I literally was left with the bare minimum. I decided, well, this is a perfect opportunity for me to order a new debit card, which finally came in last night. So it was just like, you know what, let's just get this over and done with. I'm really glad it came. Now I just gotta wait for a new PIN number so I can start pulling money out again. I can't even do it the way that I wanted to do it last night because it wouldn't work. So now I've got to have one come in via the mail. And I'm also hoping to get my debit card, my new one, set up for whatever you call it, Google Pay. I decided to go ahead and get a new debit card because my chip reader on my card was starting to fade out and it was starting to air out constantly, especially when I was at work. So I decided now is a good time. And this one has a much nicer chip reader, obviously, since it's brand new. And it even has tap and pay, and I love this whole tap and pay thing. They say it's actually a lot safer than putting your card into the chip reader. I don't know how, but I think it's kind of fancy personally. And a lot of places like my work that make a lot of money can afford to have that system. So I'm enjoying it. And I guess that's all that matters. I don't even know Publix has it yet. I remember when Publix first got the chip reader. That's all I remember. So, yeah, I remember when that was the thing. Now it's the whole tap and pay thing. That just shows how far technology has progressed over the years. So, anyway, I didn't really start this whole YouTube video to talk about that, but I did want to talk to you guys about that. I was going to do a YouTube video on Saturday, so I woke up about noon and Andrew was home, which was not really a big deal. But what really surprised me was I first woke up at 5 in the morning or something like that. And I got a voice clip from my brother. I actually had enough energy to listen to the whole entire clip, which was about a minute, which is surprising. And he basically said, and I'll summarize this for you. I couldn't sleep well last night, so I'm going to stay home today. Well, in grocery store environment, that would be frowned upon. If, because he had to work that day and he called out for that reason. That is very big time frowned upon in the grocery store environment. I don't know how Answers in Genesis feels about it. I'm sure it's frowned upon, but not as much as it is in the grocery store environment. I one time tried calling out on Super Bowl Sunday because I had the flu, and they forced me to work because the Super Bowl Sunday is such a hectic day for the grocery store. So I hate to say it, but The reason why a lot of people have gotten away with calling out in the grocery store environment is they've lied to get out of working. Someone actually told me they lied about being able to work so they could go to a concert of all things. I don't remember the concert, but I don't even remember the person. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't say who it was anyway, even if I did remember, because I wouldn't be that kind of person that would throw you under the bus. But and I don't even remember, what year this was. All I remember was it was my very first grocery store job. And that's all that matters. So it wasn't even recent. It was years ago. We're talking public. So yes, people do that kind of stuff because they know that grocery store is not going to tolerate a fake call in is the best way to put it. A not necessary call, and they're only going to take legit call ins. So yeah, that was the most interesting thing that happened to me on Saturday, and that's why I didn't end up YouTubing because everybody was home except for my roommate Zane. So I was like, well, great. I guess I'm not going to YouTube. I think I didn't even wake up till 2 in the afternoon that day. I think that was the day I actually did sleep in until 2 in the afternoon, if I remember correctly. I slept in ridiculously late that day. And I don't even remember why I slept in so late. I normally don't ever sleep in that late. I literally had just enough time to sit around the house, and then I ended up going straight to the church and cleaning. And I didn't even get everything done because there was so much to do. And I also had a bit of a personal situation that was going on all weekend, which I finally diffused late Sunday night. So I'm really glad I took care of all that. And then Sunday, of course, I was pretty much at the church all of Sunday afternoon. Everybody was home again, so I wasn't going to YouTube. Yesterday, my brother was home and everybody else on top of that. And I pretty much went straight from here to my parents' house, and then I went straight from my parents' house to Alan's house, did Bible study. Then I came back to my parents' house, then came back here. By that point, it was late at night. On top of that, my laptop was dead, so I couldn't even YouTube late last night in my own room. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just do it tomorrow morning. I'll go charge my laptop downstairs and have it ready to go for tomorrow morning. And I even made sure I set my alarm for 9:30 this morning so I could YouTube before I go to my parents' house again because my dad is off today and he is lonely because he has the whole house to himself. And of course, my mom's going to come home later this evening and go straight to her room for Bible study. She's doing a Zoom meeting. I don't even know who these people are that she does a Zoom meeting with because Alan was asking me, who are these people? Like, I don't know. I'm assuming people from the library, but otherwise I don't know. I know I'm useless with that kind of stuff. But otherwise, that's pretty much what's been going on with me the past few days, and I just wanted to catch you guys up with that. And I'm kind of glad I did get myself up a little earlier because I'm trying to get myself used to going back to work tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll go back in at 12:30. I was scheduled today, but it was a mistake, and I'm not allowed to go back until tomorrow. I know it's stupid, but gotta follow the rules, I guess, even if they don't make any sense. So I go back in tomorrow at 12:30. I work till 9 o'clock. I always work 8 hour increments, so at least I'll get paid by for working. I should say I'll get paid for working this week 32 hours. Plus, I get paid for a leave of absence 16 hours, so I'll make about 50 hours this week. Plus, I worked at the church, so we're looking at like 58 hours all together. I'll make this week alone, so I'm gonna make pretty good money this week, and I'm very blessed about that. So this will help me catch up with my expenses. Probably why I piled a bunch of expenses on myself the very first week of February because I was kind of expecting this to happen. And I'm also expecting the rest of my income tax stuff to show up sometime this week so I can start working on filing my taxes and having my refund by the time I leave for Central Florida because I'm going to hopefully have it all filed by early February and then hopefully it will refund into my account by late February. I'm hoping that I am owed money by the government. Not I owe them because of all the stimulus checks that we've been getting. So we'll see what happens. And I definitely appreciate the stimulus check money because the second one I paid off my credit card debt that I had accumulated over Christmas, and the first one I put towards car repairs. So it all worked out. Anyway, enough about all the side chat. So main reason why I wanted to do this YouTube video is we are officially 1 month away from my trip to Central Florida. So I'm sorry if you had to wait 10 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever to hear that. I will make sure I put in the description, skip to 10 minutes and 30 seconds to hear the official announcements. And that's the very first vlog I'm doing this morning. I really wanted to talk to you guys more about that. There are some details I'm intentionally leaving out until we get to the actual week, and I'm going to reveal it day by day. The reason why is I want to keep it a surprise. I want you guys to be like, wow, I did not know you were going to do that. I am a planner, so I kind of want to surprise you guys one day at a time about everything that I have planned. Oh, cool. I've got a notification from Wendy's. Not that it matters. I just went there yesterday. Anyway, so yes, I have everything kind of planned. And I did, I mentioned this before. I've already planned this whole entire trip like months ago. Hi, Kitty. And I just want to make sure that everything kind of just works out perfectly. I, can never expect everything to work perfectly, but that doesn't mean I can't try. And, some things are gonna happen at the last minute. Like, one of my biggest concerns right now is I don't know for sure at this time if TJ's birthday is going to work out according to my plan in advance or whatever. I had planned for us to go to SeaWorld that day. I did not expect my brother to bail out. I'm kind of glad I did not buy the tickets for that right away. I'm kind of glad I went with the Disney tickets. My gut told me go get the Disney tickets. My heart told me I should get the SeaWorld tickets first, but this time I'm kind of glad I went with my gut. They always say man always goes with his gut first, or maybe that was something else. Maybe I was thinking about how my science teacher in high school always told me that you should always go with your gut first on anything, and I pretty much have always gone with that. Like, my gut tells me to go with this, and I have a pretty good sized gut, so I'm gonna go with this first. And considering the Disney tickets were more important, more expensive, and also the primary reason for the trip, I went with that. Like, the whole main reason for us going down to Central Florida this time was to go to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Like, I really feel like the whole trip is centered around Disney's Hollywood Studios. And being able to see Stars Galaxy's Edge for the first time, and I put a lot of emphasis, like so much emphasis it's not even funny, just on Disney's Hollywood Studios. Like, if I were to advertise that day, I would advertise $1,000. That's how much I've been investing into this. Like, I really wish you guys knew how serious I'm taking this. I have been waiting for some time. I've known about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge even before I moved away from Central Florida. When they first announced Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at the D23 back a few years ago, I was like so intent on going. You guys probably remember I did the whole construction phase on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and I watched Star Wars Galaxy's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge grow progressively over time. I even went up on top of the whatever you call the Pizza Rizzo, the second floor, and I did the whole YouTube video and I zoomed out as far as I could to show you guys what it was looking like. Also with Slinky Dog Dash. I was like, let's just go ahead and do both at the same time. You guys probably remember I was working at Toy Story Land and I was able to watch Star Wars Galaxy's Edge grow over time. I also came into Toy Story Land quite a few times and as a YouTuber, and I was filming Star Wars Galaxy's Edge as it was being constructed, and I ended up moving away, and it opened right after I left, and everybody's pretty much going to see it. And I've heard so many good things about it, and now I finally, after 2 years basically, get to go see it. And Rise of the Resistance has been open for a little while now too, and that's something else I've been wanting to see, and I've heard nothing but good things about that. And the anticipation is killing me to go see this. So yes, I am putting a huge ton of emphasis on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge right now. So yes, I do want my whole trip and my whole YouTube Florida series, this part of the trip, to be emphasized on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. When I come back later in the year, everything is going to be emphasized on Magic King's 50th birthday. I always have to have a main emphasis on something. When TJ comes up here in July, Lord willing, I want everything to be centered around the Daytona 500 and him being able to see jungle gyms and just having a good time. Like, I'm not going to have like one particular thing like I normally do. I'm just going to have many things, like just him coming up here in July is pretty much going to be the main emphasis. The last time I advertised for something, and I'm wasting my money. I think I'm not going to advertise for something until the week before at this point if I go to Facebook again and start advertising, because right now we're still a month away. Anything could happen. I would rather wait till the week before and then start Facebook advertising, start spending money on it, get hundreds of people that knows my post. Look, guess what I'm going to do? Oh, by the way, I do have an Instagram for my YouTube channel now, so you have to look me up, the Theme Park Evangelist, at Instagram. It is not for personal use. It is strictly for my Facebook page only, or YouTube channel, whatever. And you can actually find my YouTube channel and my Facebook page directly through the Instagram account, if I'm not mistaken. I know for sure the YouTube channel. I have it linked through my personal Instagram. But as any YouTuber would tell you, and pretty much any celebrity, I don't want to talk about anything personal on my YouTube channel, and I don't want to talk about anything personal through anything via my YouTube channel or like any kind of YouTube related content, whether it's my Facebook page or whether it's my Instagram. If you want to get personal with me, I would rather get to know you first, even through those platforms over time, and then I might consider just letting that one person get to know me personally, like through Facebook or Instagram, but I said I only might consider. I usually I don't do that at all. Like, I am the kind of person that if I want to be personal with someone, I would rather do that out of my YouTube channel environment. I'm very pro YouTube, but that doesn't mean that I really want to associate with someone that I've never planning on meeting, unless, of course, it's someone I already know. Then I'll be like, sure. I'm more receptive to getting to know someone better if I happen to meet someone while I'm YouTubing, and then I might want to go or like get to know you better. Like, if I Like one time I was at the Disney Character Warehouse and I met someone while I was YouTubing. That guy had a better chance of getting to know me better than someone who just found me on YouTube and I'm never gonna meet, or I might never even meet. Like that person who just found me on YouTube, I don't know if I really want a personal connection with them. I just don't know. I always love all my YouTube followers. I want you guys to know that. Every single one of you guys who subscribes, comments, or likes to my YouTube channel, whether your YouTube comments are going to support or uplift my YouTube channel or not, they're all special to me. I just want you guys to know, I just want to let you guys know in advance. I do remove all inappropriate comments. That doesn't mean that I don't, like you guys. I just don't want people to, or other YouTubers or whatever, to see inappropriate comments on a Christian YouTube channel. And just keep that in mind, if you ever get on my YouTube channel, because I'm not going to tolerate an inappropriate comment on my YouTube channel. As of right now, though, the only thing I can tell you about my trip that's going to happen for sure, so you know that I'm going to be leaving on Saturday, February 26th, which is exactly a month from now. I know today's a Tuesday, but a month from now is a Saturday. Sorry, not a Saturday, Friday. Wow, what am I saying? So I said Saturday, I meant Friday. And we're going to leave here in northern Kentucky. We're going to probably get as far as Macon, Georgia, Forsyth, Georgia. We're not 100% sure, neither me or my brother. And, excuse me, we're going to probably drive as far as we can. I have no idea which motel we're going to be staying at. I would like to stay at Super 8 just because they're nicer, but I have no idea where we're going to stay. So if anybody was planning on trying to find me, you're not going to be able to find me because I really have no idea. I don't even know what exit I'm going to be staying at. I don't even tell people that kind of information. That's way too personal. I just know I want to go as far as I can. I want to find a motel that's actually doing complimentary breakfast. I'm hoping something nicer than what I got last year in Cleveland. I'm hoping that something that is actually set up like a buffet. I hope I don't actually have to stop for lunch unless it's like fast food. I don't mind stopping and doing like sit down somewhere since it is, my vacation. Of course, the next day we're going to probably be sleeping in kind of late, kind of early though, early by our standards anyway. And we'll get ready, have the breakfast that I mentioned, which is Saturday, February 27th. Now we're talking about Saturday. And that's the day we're going to finally drive all the way down to Winter Haven, Lake Wales area. This is definite now. Now that my aunt and uncle is not going to work out, and my brother doesn't really want to go to SeaWorld, which is the plan for the next day, I have a for sure idea of what I want to do the next day. This works out too because the next day is TJ's birthday. I know he'll want to spend the entire day with me on his birthday. I don't blame him. He's got really bad autism, not to mention he hasn't seen me in a long time. And when you have really bad autism, a year can be a century or even probably longer than that. So I try to come down as often as I can just for him. And I like to see everybody else, but I really feel like it's more meaningful to him just because it's very hard for him to not see me for a long time. Like even a few months is very difficult for him and very difficult or challenging. So I like to come down as often as I can just to, show him that I really truly do care about him and that I haven't forgotten about him or anything. And we're gonna spend, his whole birthday together, and he's even gonna get a cake from Publix. I think the next day is gonna be a great day, but I know that Saturday is the day we're gonna do Disney Springs, and we're gonna stop at Walmart just before we get to his house. I'm gonna have him go order his cake that day from Publix, and then he's gonna go get Kay. Then he's gonna bring her back to his place. I told him go ahead and bring Kay along. I don't care. I'm not that mean. I'm just not allowing her to hang out with me at the theme parks. I actually had to rephrase everything. So I had forbidden her from going to the theme parks with me this year, last year. But then my conscience started bothering me, and I knew what I said was wrong. So I took everything back, but I put it this way: okay, I'm not forbidding you from going to the parks anymore. I'm forbidding you from hanging out with me at the parks this year. I said that I'm not taking back my words from last year. I'm still not okay if you go in the parks with me this year. I said I'm not doing this to be mean. I'm doing this to teach you that you can't treat someone the way you want to just because, we're close friends. Like, whether I live close to you or not doesn't matter. You need to be respectful. Hold on, I got a phone call coming in. Now, if I remember correctly, I was talking about um, my trip to Central Florida. So, yes, I really want to go to Disney Springs on a Saturday night, and I really wanted to walk around. I don't remember if this is exactly what I was talking about. Honestly, I was like really talking about something that I was like, when you get your mind really set on something and you get something that distracts you, and then you get your mind completely put on that. Well, that's pretty much what happened with me. And then I came back and I picked up very easily, just going back to whatever I was doing, but my mind completely forgot what I was talking about. So, back then when I used to YouTube and I did the whole record thing, I honestly had no idea how the stop button and the pause button and all that stuff worked. I remember even my very first vlog, I pressed pause and I walked over by the mummy and I started recording, and I'm like, "Welcome back, guys. I don't remember, or I don't know if I've kept you guys waiting that long. I apologize." I really had that kind of impression. Like, I didn't know when you pause a recording when you're YouTubing, it actually does legitimately pause. I did not know that 5 years ago. And here I am 5 years later. I think nothing of it, of course, because when you do something enough, you get really good at it. And, I've been, doing a lot of vlogs over the past 5 years, and I just been building up a lot of practice and all that fun stuff. So, I'm very thankful that I have actually gotten a lot better at stuff like that. But yes, I don't remember exactly what I was talking about, so I'll just tell you guys this. I am going to Disney Springs on Saturday, February 27th, and I'm going to be going with Kay and TJ out there. I don't know about my brother right now. I'm assuming he's going to be hanging out with his friend Trevor, his close friend Trevor. And honestly, I think that'd be better for him because I can easily go with him some other time, just the two of us, if TJ doesn't decide to tailgate, because TJ feels this need to stalk me everywhere, basically, whenever I'm around. If I'm anywhere near TJ automatically thinks, oh, I need to be everywhere that David is. And sometimes TJ needs to understand that sometimes David and Jonathan need to do things together, too. And I know I see my brother every single day, but that doesn't mean that I don't get tired of seeing my brother. That's the funny thing about the two of us. My brother and I have such a strong bond and strong friendship that I never get tired of seeing him. And I do actually miss him when I'm not around him. And I feel the same way about my parents. Like, yeah, sometimes we might need our space from each other, but that doesn't mean I don't miss them. Like the whole quarantine, I was literally not allowed to stay in them for an entire week, and it was pure torture. I could not even imagine moving away from them. Like, I still need to do a whole vlog on why I don't want to back to Central Florida, and I feel like that's one reason alone, right there, why I don't want to move back. Because if I can't even handle not seeing my parents for a whole week, could you imagine if I moved back? And that was the one thing that was agonizing me about staying in Central Florida, because I actually did stop and think about that. I did actually stop and think, do I want to stay in Central Florida? And if I had stayed in Central Florida, there are so many things that would have came up while I was in Central Florida while my parents were up here. And I'll talk about that in my vlog about why I don't want to move back. And I know it would have just torn me apart, and I would have ended up moving up here anyway. I would have been like, TJ, I've got to go. I've got to move up there. And I know TJ would try his absolute best to keep me down there, but I feel like there was just no way I was going to stay down there. I feel like my relationship with my family is just too strong to stay away from them. If, anything were to happen to them, yeah, I might be able to um, easily say, yeah, I'll move back. But as of right now, if I still have the strong relationship with my parents and my brother that I do, and as long as everybody's still around, and now that I've got these really close friendships up here, I can't see any reason to move back. Even if I don't really have anyone to hang out with here, I'm very thankful for a few things I have up here. Number one is I have a very good church. Number two is I have my family up here, my parents and my brother. I'm not also too far from my family in Canada, even if the border is still closed. And number three is I do have good friends up here, and I do have a pretty good job, even though I'm still wanting to go work for Answers in Genesis. So I do have a lot of things to be thankful for up here. I do miss a lot of things about Central Florida, obviously, and that's why I do visit as often as I do. And trust me, every time I go to Central Florida, I try to make it as exciting for all of you guys, because it's just as exciting for me to go down there and do all those things like go to Walt Disney World as it is for me to YouTube it for you guys so you guys can see my perspective of going to Central Florida. Everybody has a different take on going to Central Florida. Like Justin Scard sees Walt Disney World a completely different way than I do, and I think that is so unique about every single YouTuber that has gone to Walt Disney World over the years. Even for those who live in Central Florida, like the Tim Tracker, he sees Walt Disney World a completely different way than I do. Now that he's got a little one, and now they are talking about having another little one. So, yes, I personally think that everybody has a different take on Walt Disney World. Some people love Walt Disney World more than I do. Some people have their house completely Disney themed. I love Walt Disney World, but not that much. My dad even likes Disney more than I do. His house is Disney themed. Mine, even if I lived alone, I still wouldn't theme my house Disney. I seriously doubt I could ever see myself. I like Canada even more than Disney. Like, I talk about Canada all the time. I have so many Canada shirts. I'm more into nature and scenery and photography than I am into Disney. Like, if you've ever looked at my Viewbug, you would see all the different photos I've taken. I have no Disney photos other than one photo, and you would never even guess it was a Disney photo unless you looked at the description. And it was taken at Flower and Garden Festival. It has won more awards than any of my photos combined. It's gotten like 15 photos, and I didn't even think it was that good. I was at Flower and Garden Festival once, like many years ago, and I got really close to a monarch butterfly, which are going extinct, of course. And I took a picture, and it was with some phone. I don't remember which one it was. Might have even been with a digital camera. And it was just sitting right there on the flower. I show you, but I'm YouTubing with my laptop right now. But check out my view bug sometime. I don't remember offhand what my view bug is. That does not help. I know. I'll have to put it in the description, I guess. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next vlog, which I'm going to talk a little bit about why I don't want to move back to Central Florida, and that will probably be it for the day. So always remember you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Have a great day. Peace out.